What's up, TDF gang? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a Mr. and Mrs. Crab mukbang. I am Corey.
I'm Chandra.
I'm Terry.
This is Dakota.
And it is
lit.
Little mama on the wall, go and shake it for me. I've been waiting on it patiently, baby. Show me what it do. I came here with the crew.
So, in our
Television.
smell vision, you can smell some snow crab in there. We got some sausage, potatoes. We got some lobster, scrimps in there. My mom had, that's all for her, by the way.
I didn't mean to do it.
Yes,
There's a story apparently, so we're gonna hear that. She's gonna fill us in on the story while we're eating.
Because I didn't tell my daughter-in-law because we just came in. Ow, my arm. So, y'all see me hugging this arm a little. I hurt my arm, guys, at my job. But anyway, I was ordering online, and if you don't know now, I'm about to tell you, TDF man, I wear glasses and I can't see. So my good glasses, since I'm a nurse, I have to make sure they don't break. And I keep them in the car. So my old glasses aren't as strong as I need them to be anymore. So I can kind of see, but I really can't. And when I hit the combo, another screen came up. So I thought they were asking me what was in my combo. So I just start clicking off everything that is supposed to be in my combo. Here, I was adding extra. So actually, I paid for 2 combos, which was like $73.80, right? So I wind up spending $73.80. Not to mention, I always get hush puppies because I love me some hush puppies. But there it is. So I got a little bit more than I need to, but it won't get wasted. You see it, right?
It won't.
Man. And Dakota is eating French fries.
You just dump them out right there. She's gonna keep doing that.
French fries and macaroni and cheese. So that's what she'll
we had a lot
eating
of topics that came up that a lot of people wanted us to talk about. One of those topics, and shout out to Brittany. Brittany wanted us to talk about how me and Chandra met. Now, granted, she said we should do this over a Wingstop mukbang, but we had Wingstop, and it ain't mukbang worthy. Mukbang.
Mukbang.
It is a mukbang.
I don't know.
It ain't mukbang worthy.
It might just be the Wingstop by us, but we were not impressed. And y'all, you know, our reactions to it would not have been very good. So be glad we didn't do that. It definitely wouldn't be what Brittany wanted to get out of a mukbang, because Brittany in England, Brittany, that would be why, because she can't have it, I'm sure, and that's why she wants us to do it.
Yep, but we got Mr. and Mrs. Crab, and I don't think they have these.
Probably
Even
not.
though they got good crab, I think, out there in London, don't they?
I ain't never been.
They probably do.
Mr. and Mrs. Crab, the truth.
Yep, in Brandon, Florida.
Please sit your butt. You want some mac? I'll get you some macaroni.
Ain't none of these in Jersey.
Nope.
And that's where I'm from. Shout out to Camden, New Jersey. Woo woo.
Don't say it like I ain't from there. That's where I'm from, y'all. What up, CMD? How y'all doing? Hold it down. Word.
CMD, hold it down.
Let me, you know, this is some rough things. You never knew how much you missed outside until you couldn't go outside. And I think I'm going to be fat if we keep going this way. So please, everybody, let's do our part to stop this spread of corona so that we can get outside and start exercising. Because all I do is eat and work and sleep.
Yep.
As you can tell, I can't get off. Nurses, we can't have nothing, no time off, even with my injury.
Hey, sit your
I'm
butt.
still at work.
Sit down. Sit your butt.
Dakota's trying to get up and travel. Look at her. Oh, cameo. Oh,
Sit your butt.
photo bomb. Video bomb.
Wait.
Oh.
Where's the napkins?
There's one over there.
That's amazing.
Did you get it mild?
Yeah.
All
My
right.
advice to anybody, get it mild. Don't think you all bad and, you know,
I like medium better.
no, it's hot. The mild is hot. You see me choking. It's hot.
If you like spicy, it's not hot at all. Yeah. Guarantee you 100% if you like spicy, it's not hot.
Sit your butt. Sit your butt.
Ooh. We should have had that on camera.
Might have been.
As you can see, parents are not okay.
Oh man. All right. So how we met? You want
Yeah.
to start on your story? Baby girl.
Corey swears up and down we got different versions of this story, but we don't.
We do.
We don't. He swear I be leaving stuff out, and I don't.
We do.
He just don't ever let me finish telling the story.
This
to
is
get
your
it all out.
opportunity right here. Finish telling your story. No interruptions.
He gonna interrupt. Just will. So we met.
Mm-mm.
Here, just get rid of me.
Mm-mm.
I can multitask.
Her dress gonna be all stained.
That's cool. Stain it up, baby girl.
Oh, sassy, or was it
My grandparents. My grandparents bought it.
All right, go
Tell
ahead.
the story.
Tell the story.
So we met at Lackland Air Force Base in tech school. I don't remember if you had already done your fundamentals, huh? You were just waiting to leave for Sierra and
No,
stuff.
no, darling.
Don't matter. Whatever. He was getting ready to leave and go on to the next stage of his training, and I had just come out of basic training. We kind of just met where like everybody was hanging out and stuff. People who were waiting to start classes or people who were waiting to leave or whatever. There's this area where we would all just like,
The Coliseum.
yeah, where we would all hang out and stuff. And that's where we met. We met in there. But then we found out, it was like after class one day or something, and I had just found out where I was going, and then someone was like, oh, Drummond's going to Okinawa too. And I was like, oh, for real? And I asked you, I went over and I was like, you going to Okinawa? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, cool. So, you know, when you get there and when we both there, we gonna date.
Oh, we know. She knew. Okay, Sandra. All right. You told him.
Yeah, and so we're gonna date, right? Because he was talking to somebody else at the time. And I was like, so you gotta, you know, let her know that we gonna date.
Because you ain't got no choice. Y'all gonna date.
Yeah, let her know that we gonna date when we're both there. He said, okay. And then he ended up leaving. And then I got a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part he always acts like I left out. Like I leave out. I don't leave that part out. I got a boyfriend.
So you was cheating?
I wasn't cheating because we weren't together. We were gonna date when we got to Okinawa.
Ah.
We weren't together at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I got a boyfriend. But the thing is, like, he told the girl, I had told the guy I was talking to the same thing. That you know, once I got to, that, you know, we were hanging out now, but once I got to Okinawa, I was gonna start talking to him. He didn't like that. I mean, I don't know why anybody would be cool with that, but whatever. He didn't like that. And then me and him started dating the other dude. And then I don't remember if you found out that we were dating before.
No, when
you
I got to
there.
Okinawa is when I found out that you were dating.
Okay. Yeah, so when he got there. Well, when he got there, I was actually in the States visiting the boyfriend.
No, you left after.
No.
Yeah, you did. Or you came
got
back.
there in January. Yeah, I got.
No, because you met me the night that you drove over to my dorms the night I got there.
Oh, okay. All right. So it was within a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! That was off the camera call. Go ahead, Chandra.
So when he got to Okinawa, I drove over to go say hey to him. And I guess that's when he found out that I was dating the dude. Anyways. So then we were like hanging out as friends or whatever. And then, well, eventually, I broke up with dude. Because dude wasn't in Okinawa. So it was like a long distance thing. And so eventually I broke up with him. And me and Corey got together. That's basically the short version of what happened.
Now y'all ready for my story?
I
Because it's
played
gonna
him
be
out.
way more dramatic.
Yeah.
All right. So, first time we met, one time when I told her a corny ass joke.
Are you talking about the pocket full of bananas thing?
Uh-huh.
Because that wasn't me that you told it to.
I know
playing
you were
this game.
sitting next to Tucker's. So you were sitting next to Tucker, and I told it to Tucker.
No, y'all were playing that game, that bearing game y'all used to play. And so the dude was sitting. There was someone standing there.
Did I interrupt her?
I'm just saying, you gotta tell the story right, because you said you told me a joke, but you didn't tell me a joke. You were trying to.
I told a group of girls a joke, and she was one of those girls.
That's not how it happened. What?
This is why she said I interrupt her, but I let her tell her whole story. We get to my story, and the first thing I say, interruption.
I'm just eating.
All right. So,
I'm terrible.
however it happened, there was a joke that was told, and I recognized Chandra in the group of girls. I thought she was attractive. I didn't tell her that very moment, but I did flirt with her a little bit. So, we didn't really get to like have one-on-one conversation without, the group of people, because we both, I don't want to say popular because it sounds so cliche or so corny now, but we all had our groups of people that we hung around, and we were very rarely alone. So when it came time for us to have alone time, we were out. There was a night out, and she was hanging around a bunch of corny dudes. Sorry if y'all watching. She was hanging around a bunch of corny dudes, and I just walked up. It was at like a hookah bar. I walked up like, hey, I'm about to go take some shots. You want to come with me? She was like, yeah. So we went next door. We ordered whatever shot she wanted. What happened to be a cucumber shot, and it was my first time having that cucumber shot. And I was like, that shit was good. You want to take another one? So after like 3, 4, 5 cucumber shots, we both lit and we vibing, we talking. And I was like, she pretty cool. Your mouth gonna be spicy, baby girl. I was like, she pretty cool, man. I want to get her number. So I didn't get her number yet, but hold on, baby girl, hold on. One of my boys walked up like, hey, we about to go to a strip club. I was like, shit, I'm down, let's go. I turned to her and I was like, you want to go to a strip club? She was like, yeah, I'm down to go. Whatever happened.
You went to a strip club?
Yeah.
I can go to strip clubs.
All right.
So we end up riding in different cars, but we get there. Chandra comes up next to me, and for the rest of the night, the strip club, I think I got to throw like $2 at a stripper. For the rest of the night, Chandra was in my lap, bro. Whole night in my lap. We was kissing, everything, bro. I
was lit.
We was lit. We was kissing the whole night. When we went to leave, my boys had got a hotel, and it was a bunch of us, and not just boys. It was boys and girls. We was gonna throw a hotel party, and I was like, "Hey, you wanna come with us?" Guess who's the cornball that said no? She said no. So we parted ways, right? And I thought we had a good night. I got her number before she left. She went home, and so we had a good night. I had a good night. We went back to the dorms, and I hit her up the next day and text, and she was being like nonchalant, like she don't remember me. She trying to play me out and shit, like she don't remember the type of night we had. And I was like, all right, cool, bet. I'm not gonna stress it, because back then I was the man. I'll say that.
Yeah, okay.
So I wasn't really stressing it. I was like, all right, cool. But I hit her up to go somewhere. She's like, nah, I don't feel good. I was like, all right, she don't feel good. I'm gonna leave her alone. I go outside to where, you know, where everybody hangs. It's a bunch of people that hang out. First person I see walk out the door, Chandra, looking dressed to impress, not looking sick, nothing. I was like, you sick? I thought you was sick. She was like, I'm feeling better now. I think I'm feeling better. I was like, all right, I see what this is. And I said, F it, man. You're not going to play me like that. Like, you got one over on me, but you ain't going to get two. Baby girl. So, you know, I let it go. I was like, you know, it's whatever. Hold on, let me give her some back.
I wish you hurry up so I can tell them how we met.
Me and you?
Mm-hmm. And don't spoil it. Was that funny?
So we go our separate ways. There was no arguments or nothing. We didn't, you know, get mad at each other. I just seen it for what it is. You know, we had a good night, and maybe that was all that was gonna be, right? So eventually, later on, I found out like she had been talking to somebody else, and she got a boyfriend like a week later or something like that. And I was like, you know what, that's cool, whatever. So, you know, I started talking to another girl. And then I had always known where I was going. I had known where I was going to Japan, but in her tech school, they find out later, you know, when they further along. And she was like, she going to Japan, I'm going to Japan. We're going to get there. You know, that part of the story is true. When we both get there, we're going to start dating. Tell the people that you're dating that, all right, we're not going to continue dating once we go to Japan. And I held up on my bargain because I was dating a nice Hispanic girl who was really nice to me. She cooked for me, she cleaned for me in my little ass dorm. I was nice. It was nice. And then she said, I dropped everything for Chandra. Dropped everything for her. And she turned around and get a boyfriend. She kind of played me out. You know what? But it's whatever. So I went to my next tech school. I went off to a different tech school. And I come back and I visit the girl that I was dating. And we have fun that weekend. And then I come back to, you know, wait for the girl that I'm going to pick her up because it's the weekend. She got a weekend pass. She's going to come spend the night with me because I had a hotel. I went down with a friend who had to pick up a car. So I get the girl that I went down there for. I picked her up and I happened to see Chandra while I was waiting for her to be picked up though. And I was smoking back at the time. I don't smoke anymore, but I was smoking back at the time and she was too. And I had the Jazz Black and Milds had just came. I'm sitting on the table and we started smoking and she wanted to taste it even though her boyfriend was sitting right there. You know, we kind of flirted in front of her boyfriend and she acted like she forgot.
He wasn't my boyfriend at the time.
That was the person she was dating.
It was the dude I was talking to at the time, but he was not my boyfriend at the time.
Well, he wasn't your boyfriend at the time, but she definitely was flirting with me right in front of him.
I was.
And then, so I leave for that weekend and hang out with the girl that I came down to visit.
Go ahead.
And the girl that I came down to visit, we had fun. I'll drop her back off, but she had forgot some things in the car, and I was calling her. I think they had like some type of like meeting or formation, and I was waiting for her to get done with that, but I called her, but when I was leaving and she answered, the only other person that I knew was there because I seen this person was her, so I called her and was like, hey, can you hold this stuff for the other girl? Because she knew who she was. And she got kind of heated about that, low key, like it was a big whoop. Because she had a boyfriend or a dude she was dating. I don't understand why it was a big deal, but she made a big deal out of it. So anyway, fast forward, like, here, baby girl.
Fast forward
like a year. I'm finishing up my tech school. I'm about to head to Okinawa. She in Okinawa already. You know, we had been sexing for a little bit while we were apart. You know, keeping the bond intact, I guess, for some months. It was like 8 months, I think, 6 or 8 months. And then I finally get to Japan. You know, I meet up with my people, and then the first person after that I saw was her. you know, and we just sat down, like we sat on the curb of my dorm and like we just had a conversation the whole night. You know, miss you, haven't seen you in a long time, nice to see you. And then I find out, ta-da, somebody has a boyfriend when they're not supposed to have a boyfriend because we supposed to be dating. And I had just told, like a couple weeks or maybe a month prior, I had just told the girl who also came to Okinawa with me.
Oh, she came?
Yes, the girl that I was dating came to Okinawa with us. And I told her that, hey, when we get to Okinawa, you know, I have fun, but I can't date you because, you know, I'm really interested in somebody else. And she thought that was fine, you know, because she didn't want to go to Okinawa either. And that the experience be, you know, her be tied down. And she understood. It wasn't that big a deal. Stop. Let her get down if she wants.
Uh-huh.
And so she didn't, it wasn't a big deal for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the girl I was dating, I ended it with, and I was expecting to start, you know, talking to somebody else, but that didn't happen. Instead, you know, I had been friend zoned for about, what was it, like almost a year?
No, it wasn't that long at all
Like
because I
6
didn't
months.
even date dude for a year.
It was like 6 months. It was a pretty long while. That
It was a decent amount of time, yeah.
it was a decent amount of time that we were friends, and it was coming to an end. Their relationship at one point, and we decided, hey, since this relationship is coming to an end, let's pick up where we finish. And good thing for her, I had been being a player and I didn't get a girlfriend, so we started dating. And that's how the story went of how Chandra played me out at first, but then end up coming home.
Okay, good story, GDF gang. But mine is better. Let me tell you how he and I met. It was like a little over 28 years ago when we met. It was real rainy, cold.
You guess it was like 12:52?
No, well, yeah, it was a little before 12:52 because you was getting on my nerves. So yeah, and it was practically when we met 12:52.
Yeah.
But you was a part of you was into the world, the biggest part, before 12:52. It's just the rest of you was stuck. So it was one cold night back in January.
I'm sorry.
The little hotel.
I can't eat that. I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
why
a
I
good
can't.
part.
Alright, I'm trying.
Good part there.
It
Just
doesn't
swab
look
it up.
right.
He came out at 12:52. TDF gang. Oh wait, y'all thought we met? This is my son. Y'all know that. I met him over 28 years ago. I told you. 12:52 in the AM. 7 pounds, 0.2 ounces. Head span, you don't want to know because it was that size.
Funny
I
story
thought I was
about that.
dying.
Funny story about that.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. About how much he weighed. When I was pregnant with Camden, I don't know if it was when you were there, like when you were already in Okinawa, or if you were on the phone with Corey or something. But we were talking about trying to guess how much Camden was gonna weigh. And I was like, well, because my mom told me that I was a 7-pound baby, right? And she was like, and then she told me, yeah, Corey was a 7-pound baby too. So I was like, all right, so my baby's probably gonna be kind of small. But you left out.
Oh, that was soft that you was.
No, baby.
You said he was a 7-pound baby, but then later on I found out that you left out the part where he was born 3 weeks early.
He was born early, yes,
Yeah.
but he was at a good weight to be delivered. His actual due date was February 14th. Throughout my whole pregnancy, I had issues. I mean, I was at the doctor's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Only had Thursday off and they told me, they gave me the option to abort him because they said he was going to be born with Down syndrome, and not just on a low end of the spectrum. He was going to be on the highest end of the spectrum, where they didn't think he would be able to function. So they took me in, they gave me counseling, and they told me they could set me up with an appointment for an abortion that day. I said, no thank you, I'll take what God give me. Now see, if I'd have listened to the damn doctors, ain't nothing wrong with this fool. Only thing that was wrong with him was he had a very large head, so they thought he had Down syndrome.
But say, I don't know if there's nothing wrong with him, but he don't have Down syndrome.
Right. But
Not that there's anything wrong
he
with
wasn't
that.
the easiest birth, but he was my first. He paved the way for the other two.
Well, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this mukbang. You know, we got the kids. We gotta get them washed up into sleep here soon because they are bothering us. And this one wants to just crush macaroni. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was a little bit more personable and y'all could understand where we come from and how we met, and you know, just how much we love making the content for you guys. If you can, please like this video, share this video if you want, if you liked it. Baby girl won't let us do that though.
Come on, help us get our subscription up, our subscribers up.
Yeah,
Come
and
on.
thank you for giving us over 1,500.
Yes.
1,500 subscribers.
Lit.
If y'all watch this video, please hit up our community tab. Our community tab will have it's available to you now, so you'll be able to comment on there, start trends, you know, talk to us, tell us what you think about our channel or what you want to see from us. Please feel free to hit us up there. It'll be fun.
And I just want to take this time out to say, let's pray for pray for all of us, each and every one of us. Let's just get on one accord and pray about this corona virus right now, that it does not touch anyone else, that we all come out through it better. I never knew how it felt to really not have my freedom until it was taken away. I mean, yes, I get to go to work, but I don't get to go out to restaurants, to shopping like we like to do. We like to do a lot of family stuff. So just stay safe, everybody, and know that we're praying for all you, especially those who have had someone in their families that's been infected. We are really praying for you guys. Stay safe.
And to those who are serving our country, not my fellow brothers in arms, we always serve the country. You know, we at work no matter what. But those who work in the hospitals, the EMT, paramedics, firefighters, those essential jobs that we need, you know, that keep us rolling. Your nurses, your doctors. Thank you to all you guys. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Yes, thank you.
And keep pushing.
Yes.
Not just them though, the people who are working in the restaurants that are still open, the stores, grocery store workers,
risking their lives. Yeah.
All of y'all who are deemed essential and have to be at work right now so that we can continue to eat and feed ourselves.
And the economy won't collapse and etc. Thank you. We appreciate it. If nobody's told you that you're appreciated and you're at work today, we appreciate you. So while you at work, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like it, comment on the community tab, let us know what you want to see, and yeah, that's it.
Here's a little bit of Germ-X for y'all if y'all need it.
You know, that currency, that's currency now. It's currency now. With that being said, 1, 2, 3, it's
lit.
Little mama on the wall, go and shake it for me. I've been waiting on it patiently, baby. Show me what it do. I came here with the crew, but I'm trying to make plans with you. Little mama on the wall, go and shake it for me. I've been waiting on it patiently, baby. Show me what it do. I came here with the crew, but I'm trying to make plans with you. Watch your wine for me, watch your wine for me. Bust it open, bring it back and let it grind on me. I like a natural hair, pretty smile, cute face. That's my only preference, I fuck with any race. Yes sir, we only